Good morning to India and good afternoon to Malaysia. My name is Nick from University Technical Malaysia Melaka. Okay, right. Today I would like to present a plenary paper from our side, which is being titled as An Introduction to Smart Durian Musang King and Durian Kampung Classification. So basically, the Musang King is the the expensive types of durian in our country, and Durian Kampung meaning the village of durian, so particularly easy to get everywhere. Okay, regarding to my contents of my presentation, I would like to introduce a bit about the proposed research, and then followed by the research problem and objective. I will link the problems to the objective later on, and the related work will be discussed afterwards, and I would like to discuss the data set collection, whereby images will be discussed over there, and then the discussion about the experiment setting, results, and finally I will be concluding my presentation at the end of the slide. Okay, the fruit classification is commonly a crucial implementation processes for identifying the types of fruits in the agricultural field. So basically, this task will be a priority to the agricultural field. So grading and classification is the most targeting task in this time region. Okay. So traditionally, all this grading, classification, and what sort of the things has been done manually using the human power. So a part of human power, basically, we are related to the eyes, the condition of the fruit itself, and how the length of that human power to be selected the fruits is basically produce a kind of an error that we call it human error. So that would be a big problem to us. Means we are facing the human mistake. Hold on. Commonly, we having a human mistake, basically that will be related to the manual methods processes, so tiring repetition work and so on and so forth. But recently in our country there will be an organization called Federal Agriculture Marketing Authorities, called FAMA. So basically they is the one that introducing a category of each fruits that have that been planted in our country, so including the durian itself. Okay. So apart from manually observe the durian, the fruits, basically we try to have a reliable classifier, whereby we will use the advantage of computer vision to gain a good classifier universally. It's not for Malaysia for the purpose, for all the region of the Southeast Asia, hopefully. Okay, all right. So to start the research, basically we set several objectives in our paper. So we try to introduce a simple idea, employing the basic CNN. Obviously, this will be the preliminary starts of the research. We are comparing the two types of durian, whereby this will be very popular in our country. So this one is the commonly found in beside the street, we call Durian Kampung, and the other one is Musang King. So then we try to analyze the reliability of CNN towards the two class durian. So by basically two classes classification task is considered as the binary task. Okay, in terms of the speaking of the related works that been done in the durian fruits classification, we can categorize themselves within three. The first is statistical analysis approaches. So the several researchers manipulated the LDA, linear discriminant analysis, for the two very popular durian in Thailand. So this research has been conducted in Thailand, so the north part from Malaysia. So later, Chinese researcher proposed a global shape presentation idea to recognize the durian species. So it's happened by the Chinese researcher. Then time goes by, basically the deep learning perspective came down to our field. So basically from 2018, Marcus Guanzon Lim it could their work could be considered by the among the earlier work utilizing the deep learning for durian classification, and Mutalak Sami and others are working on the also using the deep learning, and followed by Marcus, which whereby they're using SVM and random forest to in the paper to classify the durian. And last but not least is basically the other approaches using the idea of classification of durian via the leaves itself. So this could be an interesting topic to be discussed afterwards. So they classify the durian itself regarding to the leaves. So that would be interesting. All right. So regarding to the data set collection, and whereby we collect our images by manually by using the browser. We did go to the browser and search one by one the images for the Durian Kampung on the left, while the Musang King is on the right. So Musang King, it could be a part for if all the researchers in this group Google Meeting knows about D24 types of durian. So that would be a part of Musang King. So a species came down from D24. So images has been crawled by the searching engine. So we have many images to do the classify in our hands. We set our experiment to be start from the crawling dataset images for the searching engine, arrange the dataset to be training and evaluating and also testing, and we design the classification. During the design of the network model, basically we try to fix them, and we try to retune and redesign again and again until we get the high prospect and high achievement of the classification. So these are the example of the one that we have, the simple one. Okay, so regarding to the results, basically what we did is we did two kinds of evaluation or experiment setting. So one is the batches size of 5, and the other one is batches size 20 images. So the listed table 1 and 2 on the left and on the right is basically based on the epoch for the rows. So from the epoch 1 up to 10, 1 up to 10. So basically the one that we're looking forwards is basically over here. So based on this, we can see that the result that we have via the validation accuracy in graph for 0 until 10 approximate, because this will be 10 to 14. So we are focusing on this one. So we still managed to get approximate 90 to 94% of accuracy by manipulating the VGG6 the normal CNN, tuning the CNN to be a part of our classification task. Okay, so to discuss the results, so in the second comparison, basically for the second batch size, the classification result gained from a different epoch by time, rows and accuracy with the loss at the column arrangement in table 2, so the one that we mentioned earlier just now. And as the average of the first 10 epoch, basically we managed to get 97.3% of accuracy based on the first until 10 of the epoch number. So the result shows the good, our proposed research result shows we managed to get a good and comparable result with a first experiment setting, whereby the experiment will be the first setting batch size 5. Okay, so last but not least, basically I would like to conclude the our proposed work. Basically, this work is still preliminary one, so we still targeting the what you call it, intra-class and intra-class of tasks. So currently we are looking up the binary for this particular paper, but we are targeting to expand our dataset images. I think most closely for the fruits 360, because for the fruit 360 is basically the one that been utilized so far in the durian research related paper. So we have planned to expand our dataset by our own setting capture, similar to the fruits 360. So there are still many tasks to be done in future, such as more Durian. More Durian images means it could be images itself in the number, and it could be types of images in the related work. So by having more Durian, the network model could be proof its reliability for the usage of for the future research, or even for the FAMA as the first party in Malaysia to control the categories and the quality of the durian in our country, not only in our country but all over the world. So I think that's all for my presentation. Feel free to ask the questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Madam, if you have any questions.
Yeah. So you have done for Durian images. Did you implement it?
Basically, we try to implement using Raspberry Pi by having a box, but there's still a prototype one. But I'm not presenting right now because we are still finishing or making up the normal box, like 1 feet times 1 feet times 1 feet box size.
So is the work complete, or you're constructing it?
We still constructing it because it's still not completed for the hardware side. So this paper is focusing on the software side, simulation.
Okay. Okay. So what is your how good is your result with other algorithms? What other algorithms are there, existing ones?
In experiment one is you mean, Prof? I missed the last.
The algorithms which you have used.
Okay, the algorithm that we use is basically we just utilize the CNN normal, and we try to tune up the layers and the loss and so on. So that would be the one that we have been tuned up all this while. This one. So we not still proposing our own network and so far and so forth, but yeah, we just tune up the existing CNN, we expand the layers and so on. We try to train and evaluate them.
Okay, fine.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your presentation, and thank you, madam, for asking the questions.